It's about time, bitch.
My name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
Rowena Whey. It's Troy.
What's going on here?
Just a whole lot of celebrity.
Pause for applause.
Hello, hello, hello. You're watching
What's the Maple Tea?
with your hostesses
Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
and Rowena Whey. We are back again. I have not been here for a few weeks, have I?
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. I heard all about all the insults and sexual deviance that I was doing.
Yes, at the truck stops.
Yes,
you were.
at the truck stops. Lilith was educating you on all sorts of different sex acts that apparently I've mastered over the years. So it's been an interesting break. It's been
that was in the car actually.
Oh, true. Yes, this was in the car on the way to my show on Friday
when we were going to the paint show. Because
Yeah.
I was like, what? I don't know these names of these things. What are you talking about? And I clearly didn't.
Cleveland Steamers.
I was like, I know the Eiffel Tower.
Mm-hmm.
I know the London Bridge.
The one that's falling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so you're listening to What's the Maple Tea, the live broadcast podcast where we talk about everything RuPaul's Drag Race, Canada's Drag Race, and Kingston Drag, and apparently Rowena's sexual history.
Exactly. Yeah. We provide the public health services that are sorely lacking here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada.
Let me get my second monkeypox shot. Let me protect myself. Thank you.
I've yet to get. Well, I'm like, yeah. Well, my likelihood of getting the monkeypox is very low unless you get it.
Which is also quite low.
Quite low. Let's just be honest. And I'm just I'm scheduled for my booster, my fourth shot for the
Me
COVID.
too.
With the added Omicron.
The protein booster.
Omicron booster. And they really, you really should be like between vaccinations, giving it like
good 4 weeks, yeah.
Good 4 weeks. You're like, you gotta give it a little.
Give it a month. It's like a testing cycle. You really have to give it a month to let the syphilis set in before you go get tested for it.
Gonna sip for herpes.
So it's been a hot minute since we have been together talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. But,
I know.
Canada's Drag Race finale happened last week or 2 weeks ago. And Drag Race UK finale happened last week, or Drag Race Down Under, sorry. And Drag Race UK is premiering this week.
Drag Race Down Under is already finished.
It is.
I watched 2 episodes of it, and that's it.
I really enjoyed it, actually.
Did you?
I did.
I wasn't particularly really enjoying it, to be honest, because it kind of felt like it was like a rehash of previous drag programming that happened.
Well, every single one is. Every single one.
Yeah. But yeah, so Drag Race, yeah, we Canada's Drag Race. We haven't had a moment to talk about it at all.
No, we have not. It's been. I mean, we haven't even been in the same room long enough to chat about it.
No,
we haven't chatted about who the winner is. Although we did watch the finale together. Oddly.
Is Spanky in the top? Oh, sorry.
Should I spoil things?
We don't know who the winner is yet.
Yeah, we do.
For Australia,
yeah, we
New
do.
Zealand.
It aired on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well, let's not talk about that because I don't even know anything about it. But Spanky, like, hello, yeah.
Oh,
like,
Spanky won House of Drag season 2. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I was saying it's a recap. It's it's basically House of Drag on
Yep.
repeat.
Yep. It really is. It really is.
Like I was like, what are you?
We had Keita and Anita, and now we have Spanky.
I'm like, I don't need to watch this. I know, because like I was like, I know that one from the House of Drag. I know that one from the House of Drag. I'm like, it's a repeat. It's a repeat. No spoilers apparently.
Just think
for
of it as
Down
like
Under. No spoilers.
Just think of it as you're getting to experience these queens again. Just like when they come back for All Stars, you get to experience them again. Bigger, better, badder, bitchier.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. But Spanky, I feel for Spanky because she kind of gives me, I kind of think of myself as her and her as me.
Oh, okay.
But
Tyffanie,
add more about 10 years.
Tyffanie Spanky Morgan.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's kind of me.
Spank me Morgan.
That's kind of me. Kind of not me. It's kind of like the old school drag. Like
A little bit, yeah.
The generation before me, I would totally see as that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see Spanky, I envision this old queen who unfortunately is no longer with us today, and she again very similar looks. But she would love, she's like, are you hairy? Are you? She was really into hairy guys. She was really into guys who were bikers, especially if they have a mountain of cocaine, and then she would stick
Hairy
her nose
biker
into
cocaine men.
Yeah,
Okay.
she talked about this
That's
one
a
time where she was riding this biker, and then she would
riding the biker.
riding the biker, and then she would just put her face into a pile of cocaine. She just loved talking those stories.
Was she riding the biker while the biker was riding a bike? Because that would be Inception.
No, it was very sexual.
Well, so can be riding the biker while the biker's riding a bike.
That would be just really hot.
And very dangerous.
And
very dangerous.
Unless it was in some sort of dungeon in some sort of bathhouse.
Oh, where the bike doesn't move and it's just sitting right
Yes,
there.
yes.
Yeah.
I may have seen those videos.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, sweet boy. Say hi to my husband, Drew. He's watching. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew. I just hit my microphone. Sorry, everyone. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Drew. Does he have any stories about riding bikers in piles of cocaine?
Or having bikers ride him in piles of cocaine.
Yeah, there we go.
That also works. So we're going to talk about the season finale of Canada's Drag Race Season 3 today, given that we don't want to spoil Drag Race Down Under, which, you know, is fine. But do you want to talk a little bit about this weekend first before we get into it?
He still is, as I tell you. Yeah. Low ride, ding, ding, ding. Take it easy.
Oh my God. Throwback.
If I could turn back time.
Tiffany's off the rails today.
Oh,
She
sorry.
is off the rails.
I gotta get the metal plate out of my head. I'm getting the AM radio now.
Apparently.
Oh my
apparently.
God. FM from Tokyo.
If only she was getting the 411 channel.
So what happened this weekend? I have no idea. What did we do?
Well, I mean, I had a few shows. You had a show. We both went to see a show.
Yeah, so Friday.
Do you want to talk about your experience, Tiffany?
So this was so like I don't have any photo. I wish I took.
This will be your
photos.
therapy. I have a couple photos.
You have some photos. But yeah, so Rowena was doing this paint night. So there's this bar in town where the theme of the bar is that you do crafts and arts there, and they sometimes have these little art lessons. And if you've ever been to a paint night where you pay like $20 or something at a bar with your friends, and you paint something, and Rowena was going to be doing that. So this is the really kind of convoluted. So Monday I was like, okay, so you need me, and she's like, no, I have a photo of you, we'll paint the photo. I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. And then Thursday you're like, oh, can you come live so that you can live model for the painting? I'm like, this is tomorrow. Okay, sure, fine, I will. So Friday I get up and drag, and go to you to Taiwan Creativity Bar
Yep.
for the paint night. And then she tells me, I'm going to ask people to paint you nude.
I just sent you 6 photos of various paintings of you that you can share.
Is it on the Gmail?
It's on the Facebooks.
Oh, it's on the Facebook. So okay. So I'll try to. Hopefully I'll.
But yeah, so I said to her, I said, well, we're going to be painting tasteful nudes of Tyffanie Morgan. And she, of course, immediately went like blank in the face and was completely shocked. And her modesty would be completely like taken away, and everyone would see her for the slut she really is. And it would not be appropriate. But so we eventually wrapped her in a sheet in order to make it appear that she was naked, but not naked. And then we gave everyone artistic license to imagine Tyffanie naked and paint her naked if they wanted to. So here are a few examples of paintings that got made all about Tyffanie Morgan.
I believe this is an original by Rowena Whey.
Yes, this is a Rowena Whey original.
And then I painted that. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's mine.
That's a good one.
And these are 3 very tasteful nudes of Tyffanie using the sheet, of course.
You know, it's really, really, and you specifically asked for my blue hair, which is my signature.
Yes, I did say for everyone painting, the only requirement for the evening was blue hair.
Blue hair.
Yeah.
Yes. So, which is, a fabulous story that should be included in my biography or autobiography.
Oh, I think you should write your biography. It should definitely be an autobiography because people will want to read that insanity.
But this is the oldest wig I own. It's 22 years old. My first wig that I've ever purchased.
Oh yeah, caution nudity. This painting has nudity.
Oh, there's a titty. There's a titty. But I love. So some of the paintings kind of gave me like an Egyptian kind of like vibe to them.
And there were a few that were like Buddhas. They had drawn you as Buddha. And there was a couple people drew her as like a Vogue like runway model walking down with like.
Oh,
that is not.
Yeah, that now goes to.
She's going back to previous conversations of things we don't need to share.
Yeah.
But yes, so overall, what did you think of the experience of posing for portraits?
It's hard work. I heard models say that it's hard work to try to stay in one place, and it was painful. Especially you putting me up onto a bar stool and stuff. I was like, oh, this is painful. But no, I enjoyed it. I was really upset with myself because suddenly you gave me the microphone and you're like, talk, and all I could think of was like reciting the upcoming drag shows on Drag Show. I should have came up with a story about my blue wig or
really?
something.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect little expose into why we're doing this painting of Tyffanie Morgan.
Exactly. How did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it. And in fact, people have already been requesting for me to do another one. So I'm looking to do another one in October or November. And I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is do the Kingston Drag Nudes. We'll do a series. So I'll invite another Kingston performer and we'll do a similar type of painting, but different poses, different draping, different nude style. And I just need suggestions. Who would you like to paint naked next? Sound off in the comments.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the chats. Who in Kingston, the Kingston drag world, who would you like to see on
It can't
canvas?
be me. It can't be me, by the way, because I'll be teaching.
That was the funny thing, is that you're teaching, but you had only done one other painting.
No, I've never done a paint night.
You've never done a painting.
I've done makeup paint nights. Like I've done on faces where I taught people.
We have one for Corky Bitch.
Corky, okay.
Yeah, Corky might be fun.
Get a beard going.
Bearded queen, yeah. Mm-hmm. Got some crazy contours there, though, too. So.
It would be crazy. I mean, a lot of people stuck with not putting a lot of detail on your face, but...
Actually, yeah, you are right. The only one who put a lot of detail on the face was Lilith Kane.
And she turned out to be painting herself anyways.
Like, it looked like me.
At
one point.
At the beginning it did.
And then suddenly
it was Lilith.
Into Lilith Kane.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When she added the horns, the devil horns. That devil bitch, Merle Ginsburg.
When she lengthened the hair, beyond,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then she started working on the eyes a little bit more. So anyway, but that was Friday,
That's
and
Friday.
then
Saturday, I had 2 shows. I did my very first improv show.
oh yes, yeah.
A sold out show with 2 live queers at the Baby Grand Theater.
And I met them twice. Like, it's such a weird weekend.
Very weird weekend, but that was fantastic. We had a great audience and we had a lot of fun doing it. I did a drag story time at Daft on Saturday, and then
Yeah. How did the Hips on the Drag Queen go? How did that go?
oh, the kids loved it.
The kids love it.
Yeah.
Because I own that book, and I was like, yeah, you have to do this
Yeah.
one. You have to do this one. And then Saturday
Or Sunday.
or Sunday.
It was a
Sunday,
long weekend.
as
It was
in
a long
yesterday.
weekend. Yep.
Yeah, Sunday. We went to go see Alyssa Edwards live.
Alyssa
here
Edwards also at the Grand Theater.
at the Grand Theater.
Yes,
Yeah.
she put on an amazing show.
Yeah. The only, well,
Your only critique?
it's, yeah, I guess it is a critique, but it's coming from, like a gay man's perspective. Like, that show was like when the first part was her talking about her childhood.
Yeah.
And half of it, I was like, well, if you're doing this at a gay bar in front of a whole bunch of gay men, you really should just drop half of it because they all live those experiences. I'm like, there's nothing unique about it.
They all broke their arm twice playing football, once forced in by their father.
Well, that was very unique, but that it was like an entire hour of childhood.
It was, and I did not get bored.
Well, anyway, so that was my only. But I'm like looking around the room. You're like, well, half these people only heard about drag within the last like
Probably
3
5 years, yeah.
Last 5 years, 3 years. So good on them. Good on them.
This is true.
The second half, though, I was a little. Like the first half, the one great thing about it is that you didn't really have to be gay to understand it all.
Yeah.
Right? You could have been anyone and you understood, growing up, childhood, Mima, and all that kind of stuff. But then in the second half, there was a lot of references to things that I didn't, well, because I've only watched All Stars 2?
All Stars 2.
Yeah. Once. And it's not like to memory. And
It is the best season of Drag Race, though. All Stars 2.
yeah, like I think if you don't know those backstories, you still enjoyed it because I still enjoyed the second half. But there was I was like, okay, there's things that I'm clearly not picking up.
Don't worry, we have already assessed on this podcast on previous episodes Tyffanie Morgan's lack of RuPaul's Drag Race knowledge. So, hi, Cindy.
Auntie Cindy says hi.
So, we won't go into that again, but just know that she's been shamed for not having seen the early seasons.
I don't feel like I need to be shamed. I just, these oldums, once they die, then we don't have to worry about them anymore.
But then we had the Alyssa Edwards after party, and no, she did not attend.
No.
But that's okay, because we still had a great time. Lilith and I performed to a nice Stone City audience, and I got home at midnight, exhausted.
She still looks exhausted.
That's because I did not sleep very much.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
Yeah.
Leg up, yeah.
So you've heard it here first. I will not be performing much in the next couple weeks. So if you're coming to my shows, expect to see other people performing instead of me. I might still be there hosting, but I will not be doing a lot of performing. Because Rowena Whey has gone and injured herself again.
I'm just assuming it's because she fell out of the back of a transport truck.
Yeah. It's just aggressively humping, and I just went flying out the back of the truck, and unfortunate, but you gotta do what you gotta do for pleasure.
Or $20.
Or $20. Yeah, so I am fine. I'm just gonna say I am fine.
She looks very fine.
We're not entirely sure what's wrong yet, so I'm just taking some time to, not hurt myself further.
Good on ya. Good
Yeah.
on ya, girl.
Which
Good on
essentially
ya.
for me means eating a lot of food and watching a lot of movies. I watched 4 episodes of the new Game of Thrones show today because I was behind.
What is this? Aggressively humping was was my stripper name in the late 70s.
Aggressively humping.
She's not allowed in the champagne room. That stripper.
No.
That stripper's not allowed.
So I will still be at Lady Boom Boom on Wednesday. Lady Boom Boom is still happening. I will still be hosting the show. I just will not be dancing. And I'll be wearing flats, Tiff.
So you'll only be 8 inches taller than me?
I will only be 8 inches taller than you. Yep.
Not the 2 feet, my God.
No. I was the same. I'm taller than Alyssa Edwards, just by the way. Facts are facts, America. I am taller than Alyssa Edwards.
Do we have the photos of you?
We do.
Because you
I
were
have
in
photos.
heels when you...
I was in
got
heels, but I was only in 3.5-inch heels, and she was in 6-inch heels. And I was still taller than her. So...
There we go.
There we go. Also, she's just such a nice person.
I said this to you. So I'm going, and I'm like, Alyssa Edwards. Okay, fine. Like I'm going because thank you if you're watching out there or listening, but I know you don't.
They don't listen to our podcast.
A few, one or two of the party do. But there suddenly some friends of mine they're like, oh, people can't come because of whatever reasons. I'm just whatever it is.
It doesn't matter.
You know, and maybe they're riding some sort of biker with a mountain of cocaine.
Mountain of cocaine while riding a bike.
So that could be that. But 2 people couldn't come. So they literally called me 2 hours before, and they're like, "Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Sure."
You're like, I have nothing better to do.
I have nothing better to do on a Sunday.
Well, I mean, and you got to see Alyssa Edwards for free, and most of us paid $180 for that.
200, yeah.
Yeah.
Canadian. That's about 100 American. And no, it's not. Anyway, so it's funny because we went up for the meet and greet, the photo, and I was a little starstruck. I don't know if it's because it was so bright and there was so much glitter and flashing lights.
It was definitely the Disco Ball Panthers.
Oh yes, the glass, yeah.
Reflective mirror Panthers. They were so
what
pretty.
Okay, I don't even understand.
I want all 4 of them.
I don't understand because I've seen those being made in Bali 4 years ago, and now I'm like, what the hell? These things are following me.
It's called you
These
can
things
ship
are
them
following
across
me.
the world. Anything with Amazon nowadays.
Well, when you saw them 4 years ago, you're like, oh dear God, who's going to fucking buy these?
Alyssa Edwards will. That too.
Guess what?
Drag queens will buy anything as long as it's shiny.
Well, Kylie Minogue had them in her video there too, and everything. Yeah. But don't you have something? So Wednesday, is there still tickets available?
There are
for Lady
still
Boom
tickets
Boom?
available for Lady Boom Boom. They are $25 now or $30 at the door. So buy them now, not at the door. And go to dragshow.ca in order to get those tickets. But there are VIP tickets and meet and greet tickets still available. And the VIP section is an entire floor looking down over the stage. So you have the best seats in the house, and you don't have to mingle with all the Queen students.
Yeah.
And there's a bar up there. So
separate bar.
Yeah, and the drag performers may or may not be mingling with you over the course of the night. So
well, this one won't be because you can't
I won't
get
be
up
walking
and
up and down the stairs. I will just be I'll be sitting on the stage the entire time. I'll just literally I'm gonna bring my leopard print stool.
Do it.
Yeah.
You need a litter.
Oh
with
my God,
2
can people
muscled
carry me?
boys.
Do I have muscle volunteers to carry me around all night? I'm heavy. There might need to be 4 of you.
Yeah. Suddenly I'm realizing, I'm like, you're the muscle.
Yeah.
muscles.
I'll buy grapes.
And then you have to peel them for me. But don't you have a giveaway?
I do. There's a giveaway going on. And actually, we need to choose the winner.
Dun, 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 dun. Lady Boom Boom giveaway. Lady Boom Boom giveaway.
Okay.
All right. So is there some science to this? Have I queued up any music?
Okay, pick a number between 1 and 44.
Here, hold on.
Let's do a randomizer. Okay, let's find a randomizer. Randomize a number between 1 and 44. What am I seeing? Oh, I'm seeing that. We're doing it. This is our drum roll. Apparently, rock music. Oh.
Wait, how do I do this? Do I just choose a...
Just say random number between 1 and 44.
Oh, okay. 1 and 44.
Yeah. Okay, the winner is number... Seriously? 1? Oh, no, 1 was the first one.
1 was the first one.
Okay. The winner is number 1. So the first person to enter the contest was...
And it can't be me.
Michelle Lloyd. Michelle Lloyd. So I will post this on Instagram just in case you're not watching. If you're not watching, well, why aren't you watching?
Why aren't you watching?
So Michelle Lloyd, you are the first person. You are the winner of 2 VIP meet and greet tickets to see Lady Boom Boom. And if you already have tickets, you will just get upgraded from your general admission tickets to VIP meet and greets. So congratulations, Michelle Lloyd.
Woo! And for those of you who don't know who Lady Boom Boom are, for shame. She was eliminated from season 3 of Canada's Drag Race too soon. Way too fucking
Way
soon.
too soon.
She's from Quebec City. Rowena was partying with her before Canada's Drag Race.
Mm-hmm. We shared champagne.
We shared champagne and, not the monkeypox. Just the champagne.
Just the champagne.
Maybe a little saliva.
No.
Do we have any? Oh, okay. Anyway. Like, no juicy details. We never get any juicy details. But yay, congratulations! Woo! Oh,
I'm posting it.
Rowena's literally posting it right now. She's literally posting it right now. So we're about half hour into the program. We haven't
Shall we
even
start talking about the
we
finale?
haven't even talked about the finale. So the finale happened, and that's it.
That's it. And the finale happened, and the person that we wanted to win won.
Yeah. Although I would say, wait, it was top 4. So let's recap the top 4. So,
oh my gosh, we had Kimmy Couture, Fierce Delicious, Jada Shida Hudson, and Giselle Lullaby. Okay. Wow, Tiff.
Already, see, I if it's not happening right now, I don't remember it. The memory is fading. Kimmy Couture, yes. Fierce Delicious. Jada Hudson.
Fierce Vicious Lady.
Giselle Lullaby. Yeah.
Giselle Lullaby.
Yeah. So, what did you? So, do we want to go through the whole thing?
So the queens were challenged in this final episode to write verses to the new song, True North Strong and Fierce. Which I think is hilarious because there's literally someone named Fierce in this season. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, they knew that going in. So they made that choice. Mm-hmm. They made that choice.
I've just been reminded that I have to go to The Price is Right tomorrow.
You're going to The Price is Right tomorrow?
It's filming in Kingston.
What?
Okay, so yeah, they had to write, and then they had to do choreo.
And they had to do choreographed by the one and only Hollywood Jade.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queen. Side note, some people who came to my show at Daft for bingo last month, they went to go see RuPaul's Drag Race Live in Vegas, and they sent me a photo today that last night they went and saw, and Hollywood Jade was sitting, no, sorry, not Hollywood Jade, Jamal Sims, the choreographer for RuPaul's Drag Race Live in Vegas, was sitting right behind them. And I think that's pretty cool. Sorry, that was a weird segue. But yeah.
Very weird segue. Okay. Yes. I don't even remember all the lyrics and stuff like that. Like in my mind, was it really about the lyrics? I don't know.
It's never about the lyrics. It's never really about anything. It's all about who the producers want to win in the end.
Yeah, like if it came down to the choreo, clearly Kimmy would have won the fucking
No,
thing.
I thought Jada did really well on the choreo.
I was confused. Okay, so riddle me this.
Riddle me this.
I didn't really understand. So some of the choreo looked like it, or at least the bits that we saw on the show. Some of them, I was like, are they kind of setting it up for, this person to give them like a little bit of a mulligan, like giving
Well, they
them
want to show off their strengths. And
so Shada Hudson was behind, most of her choreography was behind other people.
even in her verse, I don't think it was during her verse.
I'm not too sure about during her verse, but like she literally, it was like, mind you, it was like, I guess they call it is it Shadowbox?
Shadowbox.
But she was like behind.
No, a
and,
Shadowbox
and I
is
think I'm like, did all the judges get to see her doing her dance moves? Kimmy was right in front of
She is the short one.
No, I'm not talking about when they were together as a group. Was there even a together as a group?
Yeah, but they were like in a line on like all four.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the backup dancers. Jada was behind backup dancers.
I don't remember this, but okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Conspiracy.
Okay. Conspiracy. It's always a conspiracy with her. I don't think anyone really stood out as having like the best verse. Although, I mean, maybe. Well, Fierce's was good and Jada's was good. I thought Giselle's was actually really fun.
Good. Yeah.
The only one I wasn't a huge fan of was Kimmy's. But in terms of performance, they were all pretty decent except for maybe Fierce Delicious.
Well, it's interesting. I watched another program.
Always with the other programs. She's cheating on me.
I really should pay those other programs. Not that we get paid for this. But anyway, which we don't.
We do not unless you give us money.
Yeah, give us money. You can find my PayPal links. No.
If you're a business and you want to sponsor us, we will give you advertisements on here. We will do advertisements in our own fun fashion here on the Maple Tea. So if you own a business, please contact us and we will do advertising. It's not very expensive because we're easy.
We are very easy. Truck stops are us. No.
We can guarantee at least 10 people will listen to it.
Thank you. Oh, now 9. Now 9. Where was I going with that story?
Truck stops. I don't know.
No. Okay, anyway.
Fierce Delicious?
Fierce Delicious. Yeah. So it was interesting because I had to rewatch a little bit what they were talking about. And they were like, oh, Fierce Delicious, when she was doing the choreo, kind of was like, kind of looked a little stunned, I guess. A little, like the fear was in there, sort of like you're like, look at me. Yeah. And meanwhile, others look really, really natural, like Kimmy Couture.
Well, Kimmy's a dancer.
Look very, very natural.
Yes. Giselle is also a dancer, though.
Well, Giselle's a trained dancer. Is Kimmy a trained dancer?
I don't know if she's trained, but she is a dancer.
Well,
that is for sure.
She knows how to dance in a night, in the club for the drag queens.
In the club. Loose.
And
getting off the train. Boo.
What did you think about their final gowns?
Okay, so. Fierce Delicious's gown was giving me like early like American like dame, like walking down the runway. It was so good. Bitch peas. How that would go really well with my move, bitch, get out the way. Very much like if you imagine like the movie Maverick, kind of like Old West, like what people used to wear, what women used to wear, like corset gowns. It was very nice, very beautiful, and her wig was stunning. Kimmy's look left a lot to be desired, aka the entire bottom half.
Which was missing.
Yeah. It was very much the same as every other outfit she has worn. In fact, the one she wore for the photo shoot with Isis should have been her finale gown. It was so much nicer than the one that she wore for the finale.
I feel very conspiracy theory around Kimmy Couture. Like literally you find out that some things just didn't pack well or something like that, or some things were missing, and then when I'm like, is this like fiercely? Is it sabotage? I'm like, are they trying to make it so that because she is, the House of Isis, right? She is the House of Couture here.
She couldn't possibly win.
That she couldn't. Well, no. Yeah, everyone would be up in arms if a drag daughter won the next season afterwards, right? Like in the drag world, people would just be like foaming at the mouths, I think. But yeah, did all that just be like to set up for her to fail? Like, was that like were some of the producers like, well, can you please not wear the bottom half? Or
No, I seriously doubt that happened. But
yeah.
we did hear, though, that Vivian's outfits did not arrive on time. And so she had to, like, really quickly get some things made. And so things weren't quite as good as she wanted them to be. But, yeah. Jada's outfit was fine. It was pretty. Giselle's outfit was stunning. The nude with the jewels and then the maroon like pleated like satin, and then that wig like coiffed and structured and beautiful, and that was drag.
Yeah, that was drag. That was definitely drag. Yeah. Yeah.
It was like Met Gala drag.
Yeah, that hair. Like, who did that hair? Was it her?
No, there's a hair artist in Quebec who did that.
Well, their world just exploded. I'm sure $1 million.
They also did Lady Boom Boom's finale look hair, that like Frankenstein kind of waft up.
So yeah, what about the eliminated queens with their outfits? Anything that like popped out at you?
I love the fact that that Bombay wore a look of the crown as the stolen jewel from India on the day that the queen died.
That was not... She recorded that literally months before.
I know, but like it aired the day the queen died, which is just so ironic and untimely.
They didn't show... Did they show the reveal of it, though? Because it was actually like a two-part...
No, they didn't show the reveal.
Two-part. And yeah, was that actually the finale, or was that another? And she's like, "No, I'm going to wear this for the finale now."
Well, it's a good question. You don't really know because
a few of them, yeah.
Who was it? Halal Bay, the first out from the season. She actually had a different outfit to wear for a finale, but then she changed it because she wanted to wear the one about Palestine.
Yes. Yes, that was very impactful as well. Chaos. The look was great. It was definitely
BDSM
on brand.
glam.
It was definitely on brand though.
On brand. Yep. Vivian's was great. Irma's was fine.
Well, Vivian's was like a little blasé, wasn't it? I can't remember now. Anyway.
I didn't think so. I thought Irma's was because it was kind of just a mini dress with like sleeves.
There's a few others that I will not even mention because I was very upset by them.
Which ones? Who made you upset?
Well, they're like, oh, this is the finale. Like, I'm like, girl, you would never have made it to the finale with that look. And she has like 2 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
I was like, what? It looked to me like I was like, oh, is this the beginning of the shark fin soup recipe?
It really does go to show though that not everybody has money to buy expensive outfits for the show.
I'm not. Well, you're making the assumption that she didn't pay thousands of dollars for that outfit.
True.
I assume she did.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
she should have chose someone else to make something.
It was just so simple. It was very like nude latex with a fascinator that looked like a shark fin.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Perfect for TikTok. Maybe not for Canada's Drag Race. But anyway.
Yep. So we have our final four.
Yay.
And they get brought up onto the stage. And of course, they are asked that question. What would you say to your younger drag self? Which I love that we do on Canada's Drag Race and no one else does. Because I don't want to talk to my young self. I want to talk to my young drag self and say, smarten up, bitch, and take some makeup lessons. But the...
Did they do that last season
Yeah,
too?
they've done it. They did it last season and this season.
I thought you spoke to your younger self.
No,
your
you spoke to your
child.
younger drag self.
Oh,
That's who you're
okay.
speaking to. The So, and then they're like, okay, but only 2 of you will lip sync for the crown. They just immediately knocked off 2 of their final 4 with no explanation.
Yeah. Yeah. I to me it wasn't that shocking. It was shocking the choices of not moving ahead, and the people not moving ahead.
I don't think that the 2 that they chose was shocking.
I would have chosen 2 of 3.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing Kimmy is not one that would have gone on.
I thought Kimmy was probably definitely going to be not in the final 2 sort of situation. I kind of figured that because I feel the conspiracy theories. Plus, we may have been
They're running
tipped
through
off.
her
We may have been
veins.
tipped off even before the show came
Yeah,
on. But
this is true.
so I was like, I know she's not winning. Which I can say to you now.
I mean, I've known for months, but that's okay.
6 months. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
I've known since March when it was filming.
But I was gooped and gagged that Fierce Delicious was in the first 2 eliminated, because I kind of felt like the second one could have been between Fierce Delicious and Shada Hudson. I feel that Jada should have been not in the top 2.
After all of the things that went down this season and the number of times that Jada should not have been in the top or should not have won, and the producers just kind of skirted her through, especially that one skirt that was unhemmed and unfinished and unfitted and like really terrible in the very first episode, it didn't make sense for me for Jada to be in the top. And like, Jada is an amazing performer. She's an amazing queen. She had some good looks, but I really did not feel like over Fierce Delicious, she should have been in the top 2. I thought it should have been Fierce. And I was not a huge Fierce fan.
No, yeah. You and me both. Like we were like, oh, I don't really know if I like her, sort of thing. But that was the narrative.
However, I appreciated her because she brought all the entertaining TV.
Oh yeah.
To this season. She was the drama. She was the reason why this season was entertaining.
I felt like she was like the storyline the narrative as they were doing it. I felt like they were kind of leading her into a kind of like, she's now loved by everyone, and now she's in the top 2.
She's
like,
definitely one of the most loved from the season.
I felt like that was the progression of this storyline, because it turned into the Fierce Delicious show.
Yeah.
It really did turn it. And I was like, okay, so this storyline's going this way. That's where I was expecting. And Jada, like you said, there were unnecessary passes, I felt like.
Moments where she should have been in the bottom. Moments where she should have been safe instead of top. Like, there were a lot of times when they were kind of just...
And if you compare Fierce Delicious and Jada for the overall wins and all that kind of stuff, and tops and bottoms,
Fierce did better.
Fierce did better.
Yeah. This is where my conspiracy theory agrees with yours. I do think that the production manufactured this. But in this way...
And they really let us down.
They really let us down.
Like, did you feel comfortable with that decision that Kimmy and Fierce Delicious were not moving forward? You didn't... No, I don't think anyone who was watching this program felt comfortable with that decision.
No, we accepted it because we can't change it. But I was comfortable with who won.
Absolutely. Absolument.
Yes. Absolument. And I think you can all guess that it was Giselle Lullaby. But she just had such a great track record. She did so well. She didn't win as many challenges, but she did consistently well. She was a good person. She was professional. She worked hard. She helped everybody else proceed in the competition. And I thought she earned it. She was the queen that we needed.
So it kind of makes me think this is where Canada's Drag Race differs than the rest of the Drag Race kind of world, is that quite often the winner is someone who everyone like in the room loves and is supportive of others, like all those kind of Canadian-ish values that we like to think that we have.
Even though we often don't.
We often don't, but we like to think that we're kind and helping
People
with our
always
neighbors.
people always say Canadians are so kind. I just say no, we're polite. There's a difference.
Yeah. But Giselle was like that was one of the only little tidbits that they're like, oh, she was helping everyone do the design challenges and stuff like that. That was kind of like spiced on after the fact.
Yeah.
You know.
Kind of like when Jinx Monsoon won and they like spiced on after the fact and the rest of the season. Yeah. I mean, it is production. It's more and more as I watch the show and as I review the show and as I talk to the people who've been on it, you really do get to know that it is a production. It is for entertainment. It is not reality. Like storylines are being manufactured, manipulated, shown in different ways. Like you can blame it on the edit. You can also blame it on the things that you do. And there are always parts of it that are going to be real. And there are always parts of it that are going to be like, well, this is kind of how we want this story to progress.
Yeah. Anyway. And that's why I'm never going to apply.
Oh, but Tyffanie, you would be the winner. You would be the winner. They'd be like, well, we need to have like the very first like above 40 queen to win.
I'll be the next Spanky.
Exactly. Spanky Jackson, Tyffanie Morgan.
House of Drag.
House of Drag season 2.
Don't worry, we're not giving any spoilers because I haven't watched Down Under. So my name is Miss Tyffanie Morgan.
And I am Rowena Whey.
Yeah, and I thought I'd just throw that in there. Just
Because
in case,
we're almost done this episode,
well,
too.
in case you jumped in there, halfway through somewhere, you're like, who are these voices? Who are these voices?
And so after the fact, we have a Miss Congeniality crowned.
Oh, yeah, they do that,
They do it by vote.
Do they do it by vote?
Yeah, so the queens in the season vote.
Yeah, and who won, Rowena?
Vivian Vanderpuss.
Wow.
Which seems like a small compensation for being booted unceremoniously before the finale. Because again,
I felt like
think
she
that
was eliminated too soon, yeah.
Yeah. Her, Lady Boom Boom, Bombay, all gone too soon. It happened a lot this season.
Is it because it was... I was going to say, I don't even believe this, what I'm going to say.
Oh,
but do you think
don't even say it.
But do you think it's because there was so many good, strong people put on that program that's why it was gut-wrenching? And then as soon as I said that, I was like, there are some people that probably were only on there because, dare I say it, they had 2 million followers on TikTok. But anyway...
She said what she said. She said what she said.
Yep.
I said what I
said.
I loved how when Alyssa tongue popped the first time on stage, the entire audience just went berserk.
Yeah.
It was insane. And it was just so subtle.
I was like, clearly the entire audience has had 2 or 3 drinks.
I'd had 4 by that point. In fact, the person that I went with went for a bathroom break at one point and came back with drinks. I was like, this is great.
Oh, dear Lord. Rigor mortis. Rigor mortis.
It's rigor mortis, girl. Who's Morris?
Rigor mortis. Who's Morris? Who's rigor mortis?
Fun fact, I have a video of Alyssa Edwards picking up like a 6-pack of Queen of Wheat saying, "Is that you?" It's really great.
I saw you had a 6-pack of Queen of Wheat on stage there for the meet and greet, and I was like, oh, I wonder what she's going to fucking do with it. I got a poster.
You did, but look. This is a video.
Is that you?
That's me and Alyssa.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You have a box in your... did you give her a gift? There's no audio.
Why is it not doing it? There's audio.
I don't know. Who had a 6-pack? Rowena had a 6-pack. Queen of Wheat. Of Queen of Wheat.
Queen of Wheat. And I gave her a gift on behalf of Funeral Face Nails.
Give Auntie Vera a little strip there, would you? And for Drew. There we go, Drew. There's some flesh for you.
Just a little. Wait. I'll show you a little shoulder.
Oh, there we go.
I can't show a little leg right now. It's not possible.
So, yeah, suddenly it's dawning on me that my mother has been watching this entire program and me talking about this old drag queen who used to talk about riding bikers with mountains of cocaine. She's now heard that story.
I bet you your mom left at the very beginning.
I'm sure she's got a few stories too.
Oh, I'm sure. You know what? Parents just have lots of stories they don't tell their children. But everyone was a child at one point. Everyone was young.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had sorry, this is a little side conversation.
Ooh, side.
So when you're like just with your parents and then you become an adult, you're still kind of like, oh, I'm the kid sort of thing. And,
Yeah.
And you're like, what can you have? So this was one of the first adult kind of conversations I had with my mother. And she was like, what did she's like, oh, do you smoke pot? She asked me that question. Of course, this is, in that time when pot was illegal. This is not in the last
So long
2 years.
ago, like 4 years ago.
Has it been 4 years? Anyway, so...
Actually, I think it happened during the pandemic, so 2020, 2 years ago.
So I was like, well, if she's going to ask me this flat out straight question, I'm going to give her a straight answer. And I'm like, not anymore, because when I smoke it, I just pass out. Since I turned 18. And then she was like, oh, really? Me too. And I'm like, it's not fun. You just, okay, go to sleep now.
That reminds me, I have joints at home.
Oh, that'll help the pain. That'll help the pain.
Well,
you don't have any pain.
I'm
do
on
you?
anti-inflammatories.
Oh, well, then that'll just make him even more fun.
Mm.
So what's coming up? So
Coming up, Lady Boom Boom is in Kingston. If you want to celebrate the queen who was definitely robbed this season, Lady Boom Boom, you need to come to Here Comes the Boom Boom at Ale House Wednesday at 8 p.m. That's September 21st, 2022, in case you're listening to this in 2024. And it's going to be fantastic. There are meet and greet tickets left. If you have meet and greet, you must show up early. Your email will tell you what you need to do. So check your email. Thank you. And then on Friday is a show in Picton. So if you happen to be in Picton, come to Carlo Estates. We'll be doing trivia. And then on Saturday is Pumpkin Spice Up My Life, which is at Spearhead Brewing Company. And hopefully I'll be able to perform. We'll see how I'm doing by then. But that's featuring Peaches and Anya Cox as well. So it's guaranteed to be a good show. And then, of course, Mimiosa is doing her other one-woman show next week.
Yeah, on the 27th. I think that's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday, which means I can't go.
Oh, but this is going to be at Stone City Ales as Mimiosa presents Off the Record Emotion
By Carly Rae Jepsen.
I'll probably be there because she needs some lighting.
Technical support.
So when I say me, I mean the boy me.
Mm-hmm. And then after that in Kingston, the next show is the open stage.
Yeah, because there's, in Kingston.
We've got shows in Brockville and Gann, but then the open stage, and then we got a Halloween show. It's all
and then
fun.
October 8th, and
Yeah.
Drag Us to Nationals in Gananoque. We need to push that
October
out.
21st.
I know, it's a whole month away, but who
It's-
knows?
It is literally a month away.
The way that you and I in our schedules
Oh my
work.
goodness, it gets insane. A month goes by so fast. Sometimes I'm shocked by the amount of drag that we're doing nowadays.
Even in the fall,
Yeah.
it's just a bit crazy. But we have to maybe scale back a little bit. For...
Well, I will be.
I keep staring at her knee. She has a knee problem, by the way.
Oh yeah, did I not mention what body part it was? I hurt my knee, which is why I'm being so tender and ginger. So until I know what's really wrong, I will not be. And my sister listens to this podcast, so hi Jamie.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Injury, not serious. Just something, soft tissue. We're assuming.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Who knows? Aliens have dissected my knee.
They've
implanted a
their
bug.
baby.
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you so much for listening to What's the Maple Tea? My name is Rowena Whey.
And you can find Rowena Whey
At rowenaway.com. You can find tickets to events there, including tickets to Pumpkin Spice Up My Life this Saturday at Spearhead Brewing Company. And you are...
You can find me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, on Tyffanie.com. That's TYFFANIE.com. And no, I didn't have to blow anyone for that domain name. I own it outright.
And when in doubt, just go to dragshow.ca to find out what's happening in Kingston and the surrounding area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone, and get ready for the premiere of RuPaul's Drag Race UK on Crave this week.
Bye-bye, sweet babies.
Bye.